All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get underway. For those of you who are coming back, welcome back to the old trading webinars that we will be hosting going forward every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. For those of you joining for the first time, welcome. My name is Mark Perkins, and I will be hosting the majority of these webinars. And along with me tonight, I have another one of our senior analysts, Ricky Fox. And we're going to be splitting it up tonight. There's quite a bit to get through. What I will be talking about tonight is the web trader platform, and Ricky will be focusing on our MetaTrader 4 platform. Now, both of these obviously have sort of a great pros, just depending on what you're looking to achieve. Okay, so basically I thought I would just start on our website itself, because this is obviously where you're going to access the actual web trader platform itself. And what you should see here is once you've actually logged into your particular account, you should have a few options here. It'll say welcome back, Mark, deposit funds, download MT4, access web trader. Also, if you just scroll down there, if you've got a number of different accounts, it'll list them there. So as you can see, I've got a demo account and a real account down at the bottom there. But also just what I wanted to do was just take you a little bit through this. For those of you who are accustomed to using the MT4 platform and you're looking for our economic calendar, you'll find that under research. Okay, and if you basically click on Eco Calendar, it'll then pull up all the data that is coming out for that particular day. Or indeed, if you want to filter it, you can do so and change your date range. You're more than welcome to do so as well. But that is there, and we did go through this at length last week. For those of you who missed it, please get onto our YouTube channel. That's where we post all of our webinars. Just if you need a refresher, please go through there and have a look. All right, just to kind of carry on there, if I go up to my account in the top right-hand side there, this is where you can action a lot of different things. You can get trading history reports, upload any documentation that you might need to have. Basically, if you need access to the Trading Central facility as well, that is there as well. If you need to deposit funds as well. But what I'm going to go do now is actually just get onto the web trader platform, and like many of the sort of services with Trader24, there are a couple of different ways to do so. I'm going to access web trader from the top right-hand side there. So if you just basically click on web trader, and it will in turn open up a whole nother page. Okay, now hopefully there isn't a bit of a delay there, but what I've done is I've now actually gone onto the web trader platform, and I'm now going to take you through it. And it can, for the first time user, it can be a little bit daunting at first, but if we just break it down and go through it step by step, it starts to make a bit more sense. So basically what I'm going to look at first is up on the top line here, if you will. You'll see this little join tab here. Now that is if you want to join our social trader stream. And for those of you who listened into the webinar last week, that is exactly what we talked about, which would obviously be a great way to interact with other traders. For those of you who haven't listened before, this is exactly what it's about, is interacting with other traders, following what other traders have traded, and monitoring their performance as well. The next tab across is deposit. And now you obviously have a multitude of different ways to deposit funds, be it through a debit card or a credit card, online through money bookers, or indeed if you want to do an electronic fund transfer as well. This classic tab here, right now as we look at the screen itself, this is what we call the classic kind of format. And you have a choice between classic, and on the drop-down menu we have another option called simple. So if I change it to simple, you will see here it just changes a little bit around, and what you're left with there is essentially two screens with a way to trade a particular instrument as well as look at a very basic chart. Now in simple, just to kind of carry on here, if I wanted to look at something different and I went down to the left-hand side, and let's just say for instance I didn't want to trade the euro dollar, I wanted to trade something. Well, let's just take the first one here, really. 3M, which is obviously an American stock, I would select 3M, and then obviously the bid offer would change, and we would now see the chart available for 3M. In terms of actually placing a trade itself, pretty simple. You can basically go down to the amount tab there, adjust the lot size that you're looking to trade it. You can enter, add a buy or sell, and you would go into the market. Okay, in terms of the actual chart itself here, we can change it from a 1-day chart anywhere up to a month and all the way down to 1 minute. All right, so let's just say I wanted to change that to a 15-minute chart. I would select 15 minutes. If I wanted to change it from sticks or candlesticks, bars or lines, I could do so. If I wanted to change it to a line chart, I would just select lines, and then it would then obviously plot my lines accordingly. Okay, so that really is the simple sort of way to do it. More often than not, I tend to stick with the classic. So I'm going to change back to classic now because there's obviously a lot more tools there that we can sort of talk about. All right, so it should have changed back to that screen now. And I'm going to just kind of carry on talking to you about your actual account itself, your net asset value and all that sort of thing. So there, once again, for those of you who are used to using WebTrader, you'll find your calendar tab there listed. And once again, that's your economic calendar. I really suggest that you get into the habit of looking at this thing on a daily basis, just to identify what news data is coming out and at what time, and what relevance it should have on a particular instrument or market. Okay, as we kind of feed our way across the row here, what we'll have there is open P&L, and it's set at 0 right now because I do not have any open trades. My balance and equity will be the same because there is no open trades. Margin is 0 because I don't have open trades once again, and free margin will be the same as the balance and equity as well. All right, if I had to have live trades going, you would see the open P&L moving, you would see the margin movement will be different, free margin would be different, and the margin level would also be different as well. Okay, so that is a great way just to have a quick snapshot of what is going on with your account. They're all there depicted for you at the top of the actual platform. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move down to the left-hand side to where it says market rates. Okay, and what you're going to see here, now this is essentially the full list of products that we offer through Trader24. All right, and it's set alphabetically. And what I would like to really do and suggest to you is try and identify a handful of stocks or products that you are used to trading with or looking to specialize in. That way you can really focus on what affects that particular instrument and in what kind of way. That way obviously you will tend to be a better trader because you know exactly what affects that particular instrument. All right, so right now there's a hang of a lot of information there on the left hand side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to filter it a little bit. So you'll see there's now a filter little drop down menu here, and what I'm going to do, and if you have a look at it, you'll see it says all, favorites, commodities, energy and agriculture, equities Europe, equities US, different sets of forex. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click on favorites. Okay, and there's basically now a list of the things that I look at all the time. So you can see I'm looking at various different things, from things like the Dow Jones, which is the American index, to silver and gold. Just for those of you who are looking to trade gold and silver, this one at the bottom here, XAU USD, is gold. All right, and for those of you who might get a little bit lost, if you hover your mouse over the little blue eye on the right-hand side of that particular row, it will then give you information pertaining to that. Okay, so we can see here that XAU USD is gold, it's a metal, the minimum and trading sizes that you can trade at as well. Yeah, so just basically for those of you who are first-time users, get used to looking at that sort of thing. What I also like to do in terms of these columns is what you'll see here is we've got a bid, an ask, a high, and a low. In the top right-hand corner, there's little cogs, and if you hover your mouse over it, it says Settings. If you click on those cogs, it basically opens up what can be displayed in that little box there. And I always like to have the daily highs and lows, as well as my favorites and info. And then I basically, so I've got everything I want to see there, and I click close. Okay, so what we'll have is our bid price, our ask price, how high it's been for the day, and how low it's been for the day. Okay. If we click on cubes, we then get something that looks a little bit differently. Also, once again, this is personal preference, guys. And this, for someone that really wants to make it quick and easy to enter specific products, this is a great way for you to trade. Basically, I can pre-select the things that I want to have in here. So let's just say that I wanted to have the euro dollar as my top listed entity there. I would scroll down the list here, and I'm looking for the euro dollar. All right, so there it is. I'm going to select euro dollar, and now that pre-populates the sell and buy blocks with the prices of the euro dollar. I can then also select my lot size as well, so I can basically manipulate it here with the arrows, depending on the size of my account. Now, obviously, you want to, and this is a case for money management and risk management, and it's a story for another discussion. But we want to obviously make sure that we are not trading too extensively and too big a position in relation to our actual account itself. All right, so that's something to bear in mind, and it's a conversation for another webinar, and trust me, that webinar will be happening. Okay, so once again, personal preference. Do I want to see market rates, or do I want to see it as cubes? That's up to you to decide. Enable one-click trading. That's quite an important thing to note here, guys. Is if I enable one-click trading, it won't ask me, it won't ask for any confirmation. Do I want to get into this trade? Once I buy or sell, it will go in there automatically. All right, it'll go straight into the position. Whereas if one-click trading was not enabled, it would ask me whether I'm happy to get in at this price. So it's a slightly delayed if you don't want one-click trading, but I highly suggest it until such time as you are more proficient with that particular trading technique. Okay, so I'm going to go back to market rates there. That's just how I like to see it. It's just me, personal preference. Okay, what I'm going to talk about here now is if I basically, in my market rates, click on euro dollar just once, okay, what we'll see on the right-hand side is the euro dollar chart now gets populated, all right? And we can adjust the size of all these various different blocks just by scrolling left and right on the edge of the block itself. Okay, if I want to see a bigger chart in this particular platform, in the top right-hand corner, I would select this little icon here on the top right-hand corner, click it once, and a bigger box will then pop up with various different data for the euro dollar. Now, in this instance here, we have the euro dollar set to 1 day. We've got it as candlesticks, and it is automatically displayed with a volume indicator. Purely up to you if you want to see that or not. I like to get rid of it simply just to make my life a little bit easier in terms of looking at the chart itself. If you're looking to add additional indicators on the top right-hand side, there are a form of basic indicators that you can have here. For those of you who are looking for a more extensive indicator range and functionality on your chart, I would definitely recommend using the MT4 platform, which has been tended to be the most popular platform throughout the world, just because of the ability to do your technical analysis on its charting package. So if you're looking for that kind of thing, certainly please use MT4. If you're looking for straight execution, I would certainly think about using this particular platform itself. Okay, so that in a quick nutshell explains the charting functionality. All right, so what I'm now going to do is focus a little bit more on what's happening in the middle here, with this middle box. And also, once again, what you'll notice, as I just adjust the size of these boxes here, what you'll notice is if I click on a particular instrument in my market rates box, everything that I basically have done there gets populated in my order tab here as well. And hang on, let me just get up my little tool here. Alright, so basically if I click on Dow Jones down here, everything that is according to Dow Jones will get populated on my order tab here as well. Okay, so now that we've got that all straightened out, I'm going to look to actually do a trade on the Dow Jones. Whether it's based on fundamental analysis or technical analysis, that is really up to you. Personal preferences, I like to use a bit of both, but I'm going to basically get this underway. So firstly I want to confirm that I've got the Dow Jones. Yes, all right, I'm trading the right instrument. Happy days. The minimum lot size for me here on this particular account is 0.2 lots. All right, so that in essence translates to, for every point that the market moves either against me or in my favor, I would have made or lost 20 Rand. Okay, I'm happy with all that. It works out well for this size account that I've got here. I can also put in my stop loss and take profit levels as well. All right. And basically what we'll then move on to is whether I want to buy or sell. For those of you who don't know what a stop loss is, it's essentially the point at which you admit that you got the trade wrong, and you're obviously willing to lose a portion of your money just in respect of reducing the amount of money that you lose rather than the entire account itself. The take profit is the direct opposite. If I was hoping that the Dow Jones would exit a certain price, that I would basically set that take profit level, and the system would automatically close me out at that price, and I would realize my profit. Okay, same thing for pending order, and let's just do something a little bit different. I'm going to try the euro dollar, for instance, here. Okay, and now we'll see. I would utilize this in the hope that a certain level gets hit, and the nice thing about that is I don't need to be around. I don't need to be watching this thing all the time for this order to execute. All right, so it's a great way to make money while you're sleeping. If you want to go, do that, or if you want to play a round of golf or whatever, whatever you want to do in your sort of spare time, then certainly you can basically set up these pending orders. Okay, so basically what I'm going to say here is the current price of the euro dollar is sitting at around about 1.3283, let's call it, and let's just say that I think that the euro dollar is set to devalue a little bit before it carries on up. So I'm going to basically put in a level here and say, right, well, at 1.3250, this trade will execute. All right, so I'm waiting for it to come back down to the level before it actually enters. Okay, I can put in a stop loss level here as well. So as it stands right now, okay, basically you can manipulate that, and obviously my stop loss level needs to be lower than my particular entry point right now. So I'm going to put it at maybe something like 32.20. Okay, so that's roughly a $30 loss that I would incur, and if I had to put in something like a take profit, and let's think of some nice round number, let's put it at 32.90. Okay, so that's basically what I'm saying is, if the market comes down to 32.50, all right, this trade would enter automatically. All right, I would have a stop loss set at 32.20, which would be a downside for me of $30, and a take profit for me of $39 profit. All right, so that in terms of risk reward, that makes sense to me as well. Just as something to just touch on there, was I'm risking $30 to make close to $40. So that makes sense to me. I don't want to go risk $30 to make $2. So think about that when you're putting in your stop losses and take profit levels. All right, I can then select my expiry date. Okay, and basically if I set this thing for today, somewhere later on, I can adjust this in time as well. So I'm going to say, right, I want to keep this thing here through until next week, Friday the 21st. I would select the 21st, and I would then select place. All right, so basically what you'll see there is pending order opened successfully. All right, and it gives me all the details that I've put in there, my take profit level, my stop loss level, all that sort of thing. I click OK, and what we should see here is basically just a little bit further down on our package, on our platform, we will see under pending orders, we'll then see it pending there. Okay, there we see it. There's the ID of 8673331, $0. I've got a buy limit here at 0.1 lots. My entry price will be 32.50, stop loss of 32.20, take profit of 32.90. Okay, and it also details the current price as well. If I want to go and edit that, I can do so. Just on the right-hand side, I can edit and then input the different figures that I want. Let's just say I want to move my stop loss further away, I can do that. All right, I'll click update, and that would then be amended. Pending order updated successfully. All right, if I'm not interested in this trade anymore, let's just say that the fundamentals of the market have changed and I don't feel that these levels are significant anymore, I can then in turn click delete. Are you sure you want to delete this pending order? I would say delete. Okay, pending order deleted successfully. I click OK, and what you'll see is that that order has now disappeared in my pending orders. All right, so basically nothing there at this point in time. All right, just moving on to what we touched on last week. Okay, and this is the social media that we were, and social trading that we were talking about last week. And this is a great way, especially for starters, to follow what other clients are trading. So we can see here in the right-hand side, we can see the top traders for the last month. So Kawasaki over here, the last month, he's made a return of 457%. If I like what Kawasaki is doing, I can set up a profile, go follow what he's doing, and whenever he does a trade, I can either be notified or it can automatically do a trade for me on my platform, and hopefully he will make money for me as well while I watch him. All right, so that's a very, very useful tool. I highly recommend for those of you who have live accounts to set up a profile, not necessarily just to literally copy a person, but at least follow what they have to do, because there may have been an idea or a potential trade that you might have missed. And at least by following what this person is doing, who seems to be on the ball because he's made 457% already this month, then let's follow what he's doing. Okay. If you want a fuller explanation on the social trading, once again, there is a recorded presentation on YouTube channel. So please go back and refer to that library whenever you need a little bit of a refresher, or just you want to find out some particular trading technique. If we have a look at the trends part of the tab over there, what this obviously lists is the top things that people are trading on the day, and what are they doing. All right, so if we have a look at euro dollar, for instance, if we have a look at the popularity of it all, 18.38% of the trades that are going through our trading book today have been on the euro dollar. All right, it then lists and gives you a percentage of what clients are doing. So if we have a look there to the right, it says 54% of people have been buying, all right, and 46% have been selling. So it really has been a bit of a 50-50 market today in terms of what people have been doing. If you have a look at the GBP USD, which is the pound dollar, we'll see that 63% have indeed been buying. So, if you're looking to follow trends, then that might be a good indication for me to follow what they are doing and go and buy the pound dollar. All right, so it's all about coming up with a trading idea, or just really kind of piecing together a strategy in terms of hitting the market in the right direction. All right, guys, I'm now going to do a live trade. I just want to see how it reacts down here. Okay, so having looked at, for instance, let's go back to the euro dollar, okay, and I'm going to transact from the order tab, okay, and you'll see it says instrument euro dollar, amount is 0.1. Okay, so for this particular account that I've got here, which is a premium account, the minimum lot size that I can trade at is 0.1, which is equivalent to 10 Rand per point. All right, for those of you who are on a standard account, your minimum size here will be 0.01, which equates to 1 Rand per point. So for those of you just getting going, I highly recommend that you stay at 0.01 until such time as you've obviously built up a bigger pot or a bigger sort of balance or equity in your account, and then you can obviously increase the lot size that you want to trade at. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is just having a quick sort of brief look at this. I'm going to think about buying the euro dollar. All right, I'm going to basically select my stop loss level, and the market right now is sitting at 32.86. So I'm going to put it in the vicinity of 32.50 with a take profit of 32. Let's make it 33.10. All right. Now, in fact, let's actually put that a bit bigger. Let's put it more along the 33.40. Okay. So there we go. So I'm going to risk about $37 odd to make 52. All right. If I'm happy with those parameters, I will click on instant execution down here under buy. All right. Order opened successfully. Your order has been executed at 1.3288. I select OK. And down at the bottom of my screen, under open positions, there I see my trade. Okay. So it's a euro dollar. I bought it. The amount size was 10 Rand a point. Okay, that was the opening rate, opening time. I got my stop loss level there of 1.3250. I got a take profit of 1.334. My profit, and now this is obviously something that you bear in mind, and don't be nervous about it, because this is basically what will always happen, is that your profit will always go into negative straight away. Why is that? Because that is the nature of spread trading. You will always have a gap between the ask price and the bid price initially, because in that little part there is where you're essentially going to pay off the broker in terms of their payment for facilitating this trade for you. Okay. Swap and commissions at this point is 0. Basically, if I had to close out right now, I will close out at 1.3283. And if I had to do that right now, I would actually indeed realize my loss of $4.70. Okay? If I wanted to go and adjust those stop loss and take profit limits, I can do so by clicking on Edit. And here I can adjust my stop loss and take profit levels. Right now, as it stands, I might actually want to move my stop loss a little bit tighter. So I might just move it to something like 32.60. All right, I kind of like that distribution a little bit better. So I will click Update, and my order has been updated. If I didn't want to hang around and wait for that take profit to be hit or stop loss to be hit, I just wanted to get out this trade straight away, I could click on Close, and it would close me out automatically. All right. So let's flick through this now. Okay, at this point in time, I don't have any closed positions. I don't have any pending orders. News, basically, this is where you're going to find a lot of the news data that comes out here. So what have we got here? Dollar down more than 2% versus a stronger yen. So if I double click on that, and now it brings up a whole new page and tells us a bit of a story about that. So this is always nice to watch, guys, when you're on this platform. There's always news being updated. This news is fairly new as well. So what are we talking about here? Dollar down more than 2% versus stronger yen. Natural gas. There's a story about the pound dollar as well. So there's constant updates from a fundamental point of view. So get into the habit of looking at that as well. Okay, just going to carry on watching here. Okay, let's just say I've had enough of this particular trade. I just want to close out this trade. So just to show you how easy it is to close out these trades, just on the right hand side of this trade, I will click on close. And there we go. There's my order closed successfully. I'm out the trade. I click OK, and I'm gone. All right, it's that easy. All right. One other thing that I want to illustrate to you. I'm going to get into another trade here because I want to show you how sort of your opening P&L and equity all changes when I get into a live trade. So I'm going to do another trade here, and just for the sake of simplicity, I'm not going to enter any stop loss or take profits. I'm just going to select buy just to get into the market. All right, I click OK. And now if you have a look at the top here, all right, if I just basically highlight it, okay, what you'll see is my opening P&L would be -2. My balance is now different to my equity. That's the margin, that's $66. That is the margin that we've used as collateral to enter into the market itself, so I can actually place it to trade on euro dollar. That is the remaining margin that I have left. So I've got 9,900 free still to actually transact. So in the greater scheme of things, this trade in relation to the size of my account is very, very small. So I can afford to actually take a bigger position should I so wish. And that's what you need to consider when you are placing these trades. How much of my portfolio am I exposing to the market when I do these things? All right. Okay, so I just wanted, that was quite important for you to realize that. And guys, really, that is it in terms of the nuts and bolts of this particular platform. As you can see, it's a really, really simple execution platform. You've got your news there, you've got your economic calendar, and it really is quite a simple thing to really get your head around. If you do get a bit lost, you can obviously go up to the help portion there. An online user guide does pop up. And yeah, that's really it, guys. I mean, if you're a little bit nervous about getting underway, just get onto a demo trading account and don't be scared to do these trades. Just get on there and start to place a few of these things. And what you'll see over time is like we'll see the price movements, how much they kind of react to certain things, and that's what you need to keep your eye on. So get in the habit of looking at news announcements in the course of the day. And after a while, you'll start to see where markets should really be valued at. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is for any of those of you who have questions about this, please just write them down. I'm going to be handing you over to Ricky Fox now. He's another one of our senior analysts here, and he's going to be taking you through the MT4 platform. So I'm just going to bring this up for him, and then he can get underway. I'm just going to close out this position here, and then we can get going with Ricky. Okay, so once again, basically under open positions. All right, so I'm in a little bit of a loss, but I don't mind that. $4 on a $10,000 account, I'll live. All right, click order. Okay, and I'm just basically changing the screen over to Trader24 right now, and Ricky can come and do his thing. Over to you, Ricky. Thanks a lot.
Good evening, everybody. This is Ricky Fox speaking, and what I'm going to do this evening is I'm going to go through the MetaTrader 4 client terminal, and in relation to the web trader, it's a bit more complex, let's just say that, and I'll teach you all the basics and basically everything you need to know in order to successfully trade. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off again with the logging in of the platform. Once you've downloaded the web MT4 from the website, you simply click on File, Login. Once you click on Login, you'll have to insert your username and password, followed by the server. Please make sure if you want to access your live account, you click on the server, which is Trader24 main, and your demo account, which would be Trader24 demo. Then you can click Save Account Information, and in order to see if you actually successfully logged in, there's a little connection bar at the bottom here. If it's half green, half red, you're connected. If it's just red, you're not connected. The first thing I'm going to start off with is the market watch table on the left-hand side. Like the web trader, it has all the assets available to trade, the currencies, commodities, the stocks, the indices. And just to make sure that you receive all the assets available, I want you to right-click the mouse in the market watch table and click on Show All. Bearing in mind, you might need to do this when you first log into the platform, so just remember that. Right-click the mouse, show all. If you want to trade a certain asset and you want to see it in the chart form, you simply click and drag from the Market Watch table into the chart, and the chart will change with that particular asset. At the bottom, you have the trading terminal. Again, like the web trader, you can see your balance, your equity, and your free margin. Just to go over these three again, your free margin is the most important out of the three. It's the amount of money that you have available to trade with. Equity will be any amount that you have including bonus, and your balance will be the amount of money that you put into the trading account. Please bear in mind, when you have an open trade, your equity will be fluctuating depending on the profit or loss of your current open positions, but your balance will stay unchanged until the trades are closed. So in the middle here we have the charts. Just going to minimize that for you and change the appearance. Okay, so what you've got here in the middle is all the different charts that we have. Some of you that when you open the platform, you'll see a green appearance over here, which probably not that user-friendly. If I were you, probably better to change it. So I don't know if you want to take a note of this. Basically what you do is you right-click the mouse, go down to Properties, and here we can change the color scheme of the chart, so a bit more user-friendly for you guys. I know that a lot of my traders prefer to trade with a different appearance. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the background. We're going to make that white. We're going to make the foreground black. We're going to keep the grid gray. Bar up, we're going to change to green. Bar down, red. Bull candle, or bullish, is a term used in the trading world. It's jargon for upward momentum or an upward trend. Okay, so we're going to make that the same green as the bar up. Bear candle, bearish, also known as downward momentum or downward trend, we're going to make that red. Okay, so now we're good to go. You press OK, and there you have it. Quite an easy chart to look at. What you can see here is when the market is appreciating or going up, it's green. When the market is going down, it's red. What I need to do now is I need to save this template in order for me to change all my different charts that I have here on my MT4 platform. So you go down to Template, Save Template, and we can call it Ricky1. So instead of individually going and changing all the other charts, we just simply click on a different chart, right-click the mouse, template, and there mine is, right over there. As simple as that. So basically, once you get more familiar and more experience with the platform, you will be able to add indicators and maybe change the lines, whatever you like. But in the beginning, this is what I recommend. Green, indication of an uptrend. Red, indication of a downtrend. That's perfect. So what you've got here on top of the charts, you have the different time frames. The majority of the traders at Trader24 are intraday traders. That means they open and close positions in the same day. But it really is up to you. For example, what I would recommend for current movements in the market, you want to have a look at maybe a 5-minute or a 15-minute chart. That's what I recommend. If you're more of a long-term trader or conservative or a bit passive, you want to identify the more longer-term trends in the market. You might have a look at a 4-hour chart. You might have a look at a daily chart and even a weekly chart. It really is up to you as a trader. But the majority of our traders are trading in and out the same day, so they're having a look at more current market movements, 15-minute chart and a 5-minute chart. Also, if you're trading off fundamental news, like Mark mentioned, the economic calendar, I recommend that you have a look at a 5-minute or a 15-minute chart just to make sure that you're looking at the most current market movements, as opposed to having a look at a weekly chart where the trend might be a bit different to a 5-minute chart. You want to avoid any confusion there. What we're looking at here is a Japanese candlestick chart. That is what I recommend for all you beginners out there. It really is a simple charting display. It has an open, it has a close, it has a high, and it has a low. All the analysis that you need in order to pick your trends. The others that we offer is a bar chart, very similar to a candlestick chart. It has an open, a close, a high and a low. And then we have a line graph. A line graph is more for current trends in the market, but probably better for you to stick with a candlestick chart. As you can see here, candlesticks represent the time frame that you're looking at. So we're looking at a 5-minute chart on the euro dollar. Each candlestick represents 5 minutes. So for example, if we look at 11th of June around 12 o'clock this afternoon, you can see that for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, we saw a clear downward trend. So the euro was dropping against the dollar for around 20 minutes. Now I'm going to talk about opening a trade. There's a few different ways you can do it from the MT4 platform. Either from the market watch table by right-clicking the mouse, new order, or the way I like to do it is by right-clicking the mouse in the actual chart and going on to new order. Just like the web trader, the order box comes up. You choose your symbol, so you're trading the euro versus the dollar. And please bear in mind, what you want to focus on here is the charts, the movement in the chart is the euro's performance against the dollar. And that's all you have to remember. The euro is the base currency, the one on the left, and the US dollar is the counter currency, the one on the right. So all you're doing is you're measuring the performance of the euro against the dollar. So obviously, when it's going up on the chart, it means the euro is strengthening against the dollar. When it's going down, when it's red, it means the euro is weakening against the dollar. So I'm going to get into the market. Even though it's a bit of a stable market, this is not a calculated trade, ladies and gentlemen, it's just an example. Trading, new order. Like Mark explained, you choose the volume, and a bit of a tip for you beginners out there, if you're a bit conservative at first with anything less than 10,000 Rand, just make sure you're trading with the right volume, maybe 0.1 or 0.2 at the most. We don't want to risk too much of equity at one given time, especially when you're learning to just, getting into the industry for the first time. Just be sensible. Here we can choose a stop loss or a take profit, and instant execution or pending order. Then we decide if we want to sell the euro or buy the euro. I prefer not to set my stop loss or take profit this time around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to modify my position and set the stop loss or take profit after the trade is opened. Okay, so I'm going to open up a buy position. Let's make it a sell position actually. Opened at 1.32811. Okay, as you can see in the trading terminal at the bottom, I have my order number, the time that the position opened, the type of the position, so it was a sell position, the size 0.2, which gives me a pip value of $2 per pip, the symbol, euro versus the dollar, the price I entered, no stop loss, no take profit, current price, no commission, no swap, and my current profit or loss. As you can see, it's negative $5.20. Once again, this is not a calculated trade, just an example. As you can see on the MT4 chart itself of the euro dollar, you can see a green dashed line over here where the mouse is. And basically this is an indication of the point at which I open the position. In order for me to make a profit from this trade, I need the market to go below this, this opening rate. Now I decide to set a stop loss. So what I do is I can either right-click the mouse in the SL column of the open order and click on Modify or Delete Order. And I can do it from here. Or I simply double-click on the SL in the SL column and the same box comes up. So what you can do here is you can click on the pink box here and you can use these arrows to set your stop loss, or you can do it manually. Okay, I'll do it manually. I prefer to do that. So I open the trade at 1.32811. Current market price is 1.32830. I'll set my stop loss at 1.3000. Now if you look into the SL column, you'll see I have a figure in there. That is the rate that the market will close out my order if the current market price reaches that SL level. If you refer back to the chart, you'll see that I've got my SL in place, and you can see a green dashed line on the chart. So there you go. You can see I have everything in place now. I've opened the trade. I know that I can only risk losing a certain amount of funds because I've set my stop loss in place. Now I decide to set a take profit because I can see that the market is beginning to go in my favor. Again, double click the mouse, Again, you can manually type it in place. $1.32700. Okay. So now if you look into the TP column, the take profit column, you see I have a take profit in place. If you refer back to the chart, you will see my take profit level here. So there it is. I've got my trade open. It's a sell position. I know I've got a stop loss in place. I've got a take profit in place. Very, very important risk management tools when it comes to trading. The markets are very volatile, and the first mistake someone can make as a trader starting out is not setting a stop loss. You could open up a trade, be in 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 in profit. You could leave your computer, go for a walk, come back, the market has taken a turn for the worst, and your profit has quickly turned into a loss. So I really urge each and every one of you to start using a stop loss. If you're not too comfortable with it, your account manager can help you out, no problem. And you also have the demo account to practice in. If I believe that my stop loss is too far away, I can always change it and move it closer. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Current rate 1.32815. I'm going to move this a little bit closer. There it is. If you refer back to the chart, you see I moved my stop loss slightly closer to the market rate. So I'm cutting out and minimizing my losses even further. Okay, and you can do this as many times as you want as long as you feel comfortable with it. And as soon as the market touches the stop loss, it doesn't have to settle at that rate. As soon as it touches it, it'll close my position. If you notice, ladies and gentlemen, in the SL column, you'll see that there's a pink highlighted SL column here, which is an indication that the market rate is near my stop loss. So that's an indication that I either need to move it away or my stop loss is in danger of hitting. Pretty simple stuff here, and obviously as you get more familiar with the platform, your account manager will introduce you to indicators and certain trend following tools that will help you make calculated trades. We'll also be doing seminars and webinars on those in the future as well. Over here there's a few little buttons I just want to go through with you quickly. You have a minimizing a zoom out button and a zoom in. If you click on the zoom in, you get a magnified chart, which some of you might prefer. If you zoom out, your chart becomes a bit smaller, but sometimes it's better to identify trends that way. Over here you have an auto scroll and you have a chart shift. If you click on the auto scroll, it'll take you to the very end and the current market rate. If you unclick that and you click on the chart shift, you are able to go back in time as far as you want to look at historical data and historical trading patterns. Over here you have a cursor, which I'm using right now, and you have a crosshair. Now a crosshair is very important for traders. It basically gives you an idea of at what time a certain price was occurring in the market. So for example, if I use my crosshair here, you can see that on the 11th of June at 12:15, the rate was this amount. I've got this in the way here. Let me just move this out of the way. You can see that the rate was 1.32978. Okay, so the crosshair is very good to use for support and resistance lines and basically to give you an indication of where the market was at certain time periods. Now, I wanted to talk to you a bit about what assets to trade as beginner traders. We offer a vast portfolio of different trading instruments, from currencies to commodities to metals, anything from wheat, corn, copper, rice, cotton, orange juice to European stocks, US stocks, and world indices. As beginners, it's very important for you to focus on a few instruments until you are a bit more familiar with the trading platform. And what I recommend is a few major currency pairs. So anything from the US dollar, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, to the euro, Japanese yen, British pound, and the Swiss franc. Those are the 7 major currency pairs, and like Mark Perkins showed you on the economic calendar, the majority of those news events are related to these 7 majors, and it'll give you a better opportunity to open up a calculated trade. Please make sure, obviously, with the MT4 platform that you do have full connectivity and your internet is up and running and at quite a strong connection. the chances of trading successfully without any freezing or any problems or malfunctions with a weak internet is very high. So it's important that you guys make sure you have a strong internet connection wherever you are. And just keep an eye on this connection bar at the bottom here. This is your connection status. Like I said, if it's half green, half red, you're connected. If it's just red, you're not connected. At the bottom here, just going to go through the rest of these windows in the trade terminal. So account history will show all the closed trades I've done since I've started my account. So you have everything on file to refer to. News, just like the web trader, you've got the different news items here. You can double click on them and the news items will open in detail. Bank of Japan keeps monetary easing policy unchanged. Dollar extends gains versus the yen. So at this stage when this came out, obviously it would be an indication for the dollar to open up a buy dollar against the Japanese yen. Alerts, don't need to pay too much attention to this. This is basically just something that will come up if we do have any alerts on your platform, very seldom. Mailbox, once again, purely for if you receive an email from Trader24, registration or trading signals or mobile trading over here, this will pop up over here. Again, nothing really to pay too much attention to. Code base, also nothing to worry about. Experts as well. Journal is basically just a diary of your trading activity, anything you've done. So if you've modified a position, if you've closed a trade, if you've opened a trade, if you've set a stop loss or a take profit, everything is jotted down here. So if I decide I want to close this trade and get out of the market, you simply right-click the mouse, close order, and the position is closed. Like I said, you can see the closed position in the account history, and you'll see everything here. As you can see, here is the trade right now, a buy euro dollar, closed out a loss of $4.20. Once again, not a calculated trade, just an example. So over here, like I said, if you want to log out of the platform as well, you can simply just exit it over here by clicking that little X. You can also minimize your platform. And if you have open positions, very important to know that if you close the platform, your open positions will remain open until you decide to close them or if it hits your take profit or stop loss. In the View tab, you can change the language. Obviously, English is recommended. You've got the different toolbars, status bar, charts bar. Here, you can remove your market watch table, your data window, your navigator, terminal, or strategy tester. Insert is where you can insert your indicators. Obviously, this is something that we'll discuss in detail in one of our next webinars. But for now, this is all baby steps. You know, we need to start from the beginning, and it's very important that we get used to the platform with you guys, and you get to understand all the very basics before we go into any technical webinars. And please bear in mind that you know, when you have a Trader24 account, it's all one account, which means if you have 10,000 Rand in one account, it'll be 10,000 Rand in the MT4, 10,000 Rand in the web trader, and if you open a position, it'll be open in every platform. Okay, it's not open in one and not the other. Please bear in mind as well that we also do offer mobile trading. So if you have an Android, if you have an iPhone, or if you have an iPad, you can simply go to the iTunes store and type in there Trader24, and you can download our app for free. You can trade it on there. I do recommend, though, if I'm honest with you, to probably trade mainly on the MT4 or the web trader, and use the mobile applications merely for on-the-go trading to check your trades, maybe check current market conditions, prices, how your trades are doing. But primarily, you want to spend most of your time on the MT4 or the web trader. So ladies and gentlemen, that's basically the web trader and the MT4 in a nutshell. You know, we've gone through everything I think that a beginner needs to know in order to start training. We've got a bit of time now for a few questions and answers. So let's go ahead and get cracking with that. Okay, so we have a question here from Saremi Seleki, who left the chat. I'm fairly new in the trade and would like to know more about speculation of markets, when to buy and when to sell. Okay, the economic calendar is actually a great indication of when to get into the market and out of the market for a beginner. And that's really all you need to use. When you believe that the market is going to go up, if the euro is going to appreciate against the dollar, you're going to buy. When you're ready, when you've made your profits, you want to get out of the trade, you simply close the order. Okay, and vice versa. If you believe the euro is going to weaken, okay, you open up your sell position, you make your profits, and you close the order and get out of the trade. Okay, Charles, what should the moving average be? I like the 10-day and the 14-day moving average, but again, it's really personal preference. It's something that you can discuss with your account manager. So just pop them an email, and they can arrange a call for you to go through the moving average and indicators. But once again, it is personal preference. Jaco Pretorius, what is swap? Swap is also known as rollover or interest. Now, the way it works in the financial markets is that if you keep a trade open overnight into the next trading day, so basically any time after 12 a.m., you get charged a small fee. Okay, usually it's a minimal fee. So, for example, maybe $1 or 50 cents per lot. So it's really minimal, and it's not going to eat into your account. You don't have to worry about that. The only time a swap might become expensive is if you keep a trade open for maybe 6 to 12 months. There's also something known as positive rollover. So some sell positions, you receive positive rollover. So we actually put money into your account, into the swap column, instead of the money coming out of your account. Okay, let me just expand this a bit more. Okay, from Moremi Matubako, what do you do if you want to let your profits run while increasing the stop loss? Okay, well, what I recommend, obviously, if you want to let your profits run, get rid of your stop loss and only put the stop loss in place when you're happy. What you can do is you have to be very careful, though, because sometimes the market can go down before it goes back up again, or it can go up before it goes back down again. So you have to make sure that you do set your stop loss a good distance, a respectable distance away from your opening rate. They do say for the major currency pairs, so for the euro dollar, for the dollar yen, GBP, USD, anything between 75 and 150 pips is the recommended rate for a stop loss and a take profit. Peter F. Dazen, please be a sport. Tell my wife Lauren, who is watching this great webinar from a different location, I love her dearly. Lauren, I'm sure you heard that. Your husband Peter loves you dearly. Okay. Back to business now. Got a question here from Patrick. Just wanted to know more about social trading. Do I have to pay commission to social trader as well as my broker? Absolutely not. Obviously, we have a good business relationship with these social traders, the professionals, and they are receiving commission from the broker. So basically, all you do is you open and put your funds with Trader24. We don't even charge you commission as a trader. All it is the spread of the trade. So there's no commission involved either way, Patrick. Yolanda, how often do you host these webinars? That's your first question. We host it every Tuesday, once a week, 6 o'clock exactly, South Africa time, so local time. And we're going to actually put a timeline on the website and on YouTube, which will give you an indication of what's coming up in the future webinars. As the weeks go on, we'll get a bit more technical and a bit more complex, but we thought we would just start with the basic platform coverage. Yolanda, again, how much is the spread? Okay, it depends what accounts you have. So we have different accounts. We have a standard account. So, for example, the euro-dollar spread would be 3 pips. We have a premium account, which the euro-dollar spread is 2 pips. And we have a VIP account where you'll receive a euro-dollar for 1.5 pips. Very, very tight spreads that we offer, very competitive. There's not many brokers out there that offer the kind of spreads we do. Jaco, is commission the cost you pay for the trade? It depends what you trade. We don't charge commission on currencies. We charge the spread. On some of our stocks, though, there's commission. So, for example, if you want to open up a Facebook stock, one lot position will cost you, let's say, $12 per lot. So that $12 will go straight into the swap column as your commission. So into the commission column, and you won't receive as there's no spread. A few more questions here. Charles, how much does it cost to get the signals? As far as I know, anything about 10,000 Rand should get you the premium account privileges, which will get you the trading signals. Speak to your account manager if you do wish to find out more information about the trading signals. I do recommend them. They are very accurate, and they should be used as a guide to help you make calculated trades. Guys, any other questions? We've still got a few more minutes here. Just going to wait for you guys to come up with anything else. Oh, Morena, I think I missed you. I've got a question from you. How important is it to put in a take profit on an order? Very good question, guys. Very important. If I'm honest with you, a stop loss is more crucial out of the two. But you don't want to be greedy as a trader. It's very important that you take your profits when you can and be sensible with your trades. If you've got 10,000 Rand in the account, making 100 Rand off one trade is a very good result. So put a take profit in there to make sure that you don't try your luck and get out of the market with a take profit. But definitely, a stop loss is by far the more crucial. Any other questions, guys? Can you access? Is the delay in signals? Charles wants to know: is there a delay in signals? Charles, could you be a bit more specific there? Are you referring to the timing of the actual signal when it comes out on the technical level? What exactly are you referring to there? Yako, can you access the social network from Trader24 as with the web trader? No. Social trading, ladies and gentlemen, please make a note of this, is only available on the web trader and only available in the live account as well. So if you have a demo account, you won't be able to access the social trading. Make sure that you're in your live account to access that. Mr. Yusuf Daya, where can I get the harmonic indicator? It did not come with the platform. If it doesn't come with the platform, what you can do is that you can try look for it on the website, on the internet as an EA, and we can help you upload it as a robot onto the platform. So that's an option. What I'll do is I'll give you a call tomorrow, and we can try arrange that for you. Morena again, do the time frames make a huge difference on platforms? Some start at 11 p.m. and others start at 2 a.m. I remember this question, Morena, from you previously. It doesn't really make a difference. They're all live market rates, so there shouldn't be any difference there. Charles, back to you. In regards to your question about the delay in signals, I am not too familiar with any delays in the signals. And, you just have to bear in mind that usually they are an indication of a time frame of 30 minutes. So just make sure that you're looking at the most recent ones. There's no point in anyone looking at the technical level from 9 a.m. If you want to trade at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So obviously just make sure that you're keeping up to date with the latest technical levels. Again, this is something to talk to your account manager about to enable the technical levels for you so you can have your own access to any time frames, any signals that you want any time of the day. Any other questions, guys? Patrick, explain again about placing your trades, then leaving them after you have put in your stop loss. Okay, so basically, once you have your risk management tools in place, whether it's your stop loss or take profit, you know that it's a bit of a sense of security, so you can literally get away from the computer, have a walk around, do what you need to do, and get back to the market without too much risk there. Now, you have to bear in mind, like I said, the markets are volatile, so you have to set your stop loss an equal distance away from the opening rate. At the same time, you don't want to send it too far away because you might end up risking more money than you wanted to. You want to set it too close because you might end up closing out the trade prematurely before you've given the market a bit of time to work its magic. So you can set your stop loss in place, and then you can just monitor it. If you feel that it's too far or too close, you can always modify it. Yolanda, how do I set up a countdown timer on the chart? This is something that I don't believe. Could you clarify, expand on that a little bit? A countdown timer, you're referring to an alarm clock or a clock that counts down from a certain time? I mean, what exactly are you looking for here? Any other questions, guys? Yolanda, okay, you want a countdown timer on the chart per candle. This is not something I think that is available on the web trader or the MT4. What I'll do is I'll have a look tomorrow and see where I can get a countdown timer for you, and we might be able to integrate it to your personal MT4 platform. I'll have a look and get back to you tomorrow. Johan, is there a trailing stop facility on the MT4? Yes, there is. A trailing stop is also known as a moving stop loss. We do recommend it. We weren't going to talk about it this time. We were going to save it for a personal chat with the traders individually with your account managers. It is available. If you simply right-click the mouse on the order that you want, you will see that there's something called the trailing stop there, and there you can set your trailing stop. Nzizi wants to know, how do you analyze the market, that the market is about to change in direction? Basically, you can look at the candlesticks, obviously, and if you see that you see quite a few green candlesticks forming there, you can see there's a bit of a bullish movement or an upward momentum there. So it might be a good idea to get into the market with a buy position. Alternatively, on the other hand, if you see the market starting to dip, you can get into the market with a sell position. For me, I like to see a few candlesticks of the same color before I open up a trade. So, for example, if you're looking at the euro-dollar chart behind me, you will see that if there's maybe 2-3 candlesticks in the same direction, that's an indicator for me that I'm going to open up a sell position, and vice versa. If there's 2 or 3 green candlesticks, I'm going to open up a buy position. Again, indicators will help you in the future as well to determine trends, and your account manager will discuss this with you in detail. And the fundamental calendar, the economic calendar that you spoke about earlier with the web trader, will also help you get into a better position to when to get into the market and when to get out of the market. Any other questions, guys? We've got a few minutes left. Any last questions? What we're going to do as well is we're also going to keep this webinar on video. We're going to upload it to our YouTube channel. So you guys can refer to all our webinars in your own time as well. If you want to have another look over it, or you want to have a look at our social trading webinars, any webinars in future, they'll all be uploaded again onto our YouTube channel. A few more minutes for any last questions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending the webinar once again. I hope it was informative. And if you have any further questions, just don't hesitate to contact your account manager. And please tune in for next week's webinar. And it's going to be on Trading 101, which is very crucial. It's the next step on from going through the platform. So please all make sure that you attend. And once again, thank you for attending, and enjoy the rest of your evening.